Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in the video today. And today, we're going to be recapping NBA games from October 27, 2023, Friday. We had 11 games today, some great games, even 2 overtime games. You know, when I was getting ready to watch today's games, I said to myself, I don't know about multiple, but I see at least 1 overtime game in today's games, and we saw 2. So it was between the Houston Rockets and the San Antonio Spurs and the Chicago Bulls and the Toronto Raptors. But I mean, today's games were amazing. Today's games were amazing. You really didn't find any of these games that weren't close games. Throughout the game, there was only a couple games where they won by double digits. There was only, out of all the games they had, out of 11 games, there was only 1 game where the team won by double digits, and that was the Detroit Pistons and the Charlotte Hornets. The Pistons winning 111-99, and that was a close game throughout really the whole game. The Pistons just outscored the Hornets by 5 in the fourth quarter. It was a close game throughout the most of that game. So, the Hornets were close in the fourth quarter. Just at the end of the fourth quarter, the Pistons just kind of dragged their lead out. This was really, there wasn't really a game out of all the games today that wasn't a close game down to the finish. And there was good performances throughout the, multiple 40-point scores from throughout the NBA. Just a great day of NBA basketball, and I'm excited to go over it. We're going to start off with the Denver Nuggets and the Memphis Grizzlies. The Memphis Grizzlies have fell to 0-2, while the Denver Nuggets have risen to 2-0 as the Nuggets beat the Grizzlies 108-104. Great win for the Nuggets. Now the Grizzlies are 0-2. Now they could be 0-3 tomorrow. They play the Washington Wizards tomorrow. I know that doesn't sound like much of a threat, but they're going to be on a back-to-back. They got to go from Memphis to Washington. So that's about almost half the, going on almost, that's a long, that's a little bit of a long flight. I don't know, just playing tonight. And, they played hard against the Nuggets. They tried to come back in this ball game and get a win. And, playing the Denver Nuggets and giving it your all against them, I don't know. It's gonna be fun to watch what they have left in the tank against the Washington Wizards. The Washington Wizards are on easy rest. They haven't played since Wednesday. This is their home opener. I don't know. It sounds like a little bit of a sneaky win for the Wizards, if you're asking me. But probably the Grizzlies will still win in a close game. But let's get into this. Let's get into the stats of this game. From the Nuggets and the Grizzlies. Jokic, 22, 12, and 7. Jamal Murray, 22. Reggie Jackson, 16 off the bench. For the Grizzlies, 21 for Jaren Jackson Jr., 20 for Marcus Smart, 16 for Derrick Rose, and 15 for Desmond Bane. He had a terrible shooting night, 1 for 10 from 3. Pistons, Hornets, Cade Cunningham gets hurt. It's looking like he should be good to go tonight or tomorrow when they play. I can't remember who they play tomorrow. They play the Bulls. They play the Bulls tomorrow, and it's looking like Cade should be good to go tomorrow, but who knows? I would doubt Cade's good to go tomorrow. He's coming back from that surgery. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting to see if Cade hits the floor. But they won it anyways. They get the first one of the season, 111-99. 24 points for Alec Burks. He shot 11. He made 11 free throws and shot 12 off the bench. That's not often. You don't see that happen often. Cade had 12, even though he only played 24 minutes and got hurt. Jalen Duren, though, 14 and 17. Isaiah Stewart, 15 and 7. Oscar Thompson, in his second career game, 6, 12, and 6. Bagley also had 14, and Jaden Ivey had 18. Besides, the scoring for the Pistons, the Hornets, 19 and 9 and 4 for Gordon Hayward, who has had 3 steals. PJ Washington, after scoring 30 points in their last game, 13. Rozier and LaMelo Ball both had 20 points, and Brandon Miller in his second game had 17 and 6. All right, Thunder and Cavaliers. Thunder, huge comeback to go on a 13-0 run at the end of this game. Thunder win it 108-105. The Thunder were down 100-90, and I think there were like 2 minutes left in the basketball game. Crazy performance from Donovan Mitchell, though. Donovan Mitchell, they were without Garland and they were without Jared Allen. Mitchell scores 43, 8, and 5 with 3 steals, 14 and 15 for Evan Mobley, 10 for Isaac Okoro, and 17 for Karis LeVert. For the Thunder, Chet Holmgren's second career game, 16 and 13, while Shea had 34, 11, and 4. Josh Giddey only had 2 points in this ball game. Struggle for him. And Lou Dort had 25 and 6, with Jalen Williams having 14. Besides, Donovan Mitchell, there wasn't a lot of scoring for the Cavs. I mean, obviously, Karis LeVert had a solid performance, but not that much to say about the Cavs. I mean, that was a terrible loss, even though they were shorthanded. Celtics Heat rematch of the Eastern Conference Finals. This was a close game up until the fourth quarter, with Celtics pulled away with it. Celtics win 119 to 111. Tatum 22, Jaylen Brown 27, Porzingis 17 and 10 with 3 steals. 3 steals and 1 block. Drew Holiday 17 and 10 and 7, near triple-double. He also had 1 block. It was a monster block, too. Derek White led them in scoring with 28 and 6. Al Horford had 0 points but had 10 rebounds. And then for the Miami Heat, Bam Adebayo 27, Hero 28, Butler 14, and Kyle Lowry 13, 8, and 5. Then Hawks, New York Knicks beat the Hawks 126 to 120. Knicks get their first win of the season. Hawks fall to 0-2. They had a chance to tie this ball game up on an alley-oop, but Capella sold. DeAndre Hunter, 27 points. Clint Capella, 13 and 13. Trae Young, 18 and 12 assists. And then also 18 points for DeJounte Murray. For the Knicks, 26 points for RJ Barrett. He scored 26 and 24 in the first 2 games. 31 for Brunson. Dante DiVincenzo with 16 off the bench. Great win for the Knicks. Overtime, Bulls-Raptors. Bulls win 104 to 103. DeRozan scores 33. Was great in the clutch for them. 17 for Kobe White. How about Alex Caruso? 13 and 13. Had the go-ahead winning 3-pointer in overtime. Zach LaVine had 8 points and got hurt in this game. He's going to be a game-time decision tomorrow against the Pistons. So it's looking like both the Bulls and the Pistons could be without key players in that matchup. Scotty Barnes did have a triple-double, though, with 22, 10, and 10. Siakam had 18 and 8. Rockets Spurs, Wemby versus Houston. First matchup, Wemby against the Rockets. The Rockets fan, this was upsetting, but the Rockets lose 122 to 126. Not only were the Rockets terrible, missing 10 free throws and turning the ball over 18 times, but the refs didn't help them either in this game because the refs made some terrible calls. Victor Wembanyama, but that I hate to make excuses, and people might say excuses, or cry baby or whatever. I hate that I have to make excuses, but at the same time, I can't make excuses because the Rockets still struggled with turning the ball over and missing free throws. The refs have nothing to do with stuff like that. The Rockets could have won if they kept the ball clean and they made their free throws, but they couldn't do that, and the refs had nothing to do with that. Victor Wembanyama had 21 and 12 in his second game of his career. Devin Vassell did have 25, though, and Keldon Johnson had 20. For the Rockets, 25, 14, and 7 for Sengun, 24, 8, and 12 for Van Vliet, 22 for Jalen Green, 17 for Dylan Brooks, 13 and 9 for Jabari Smith Jr., and 10 for Jeff Green. For the Mavericks Nets, this might have been one of the best games of the day. Mavericks win 125 to 120. Nets fall to 0-2. Mavericks improve to 2-0. 49, 10, and 7 for Luka Doncic. He wins the Player of the Day award that I give out to every team after the recap. But I'm not waiting because Luka had a monster performance for sure. Cam Thomas had 30 points for the Nets. Kyrie had 17, 7, and 6. Hardaway Jr. had 19 off the bench. Bridges had 18, 23 for Dinwiddie, 10, 10, and 8 for Ben Simmons, near triple-double. He also had 2 steals and 2 blocks, 5 for 8 shooting as well for Ben. Not a bad performance for Ben Simmons. 14 for Lonnie Walker off the bench. Clippers, Jazz win 120 to 118. Lauri Markkanen, 35 points, 12 rebounds. For the Clippers, Paul George, 36 points. Kawhi Leonard, 25, 9, and 5. And then for the Warriors, Kings, 122-114 win for the Warriors. Curry scores 41, 7 for 10 from 3, 18 for Klay Thompson, 10 and 12 for Chris Paul. And then for the Sacramento Kings, 39 for De'Aaron Fox. He was clutch in the fourth quarter, had 21 points in the fourth quarter. and 16 points for Keegan Murray. 19 and 18 for Domantas Sabonis. Magic Trailblazers, what a game for Shaedon Sharpe with 24 points and 5 assists, 5 rebounds. Also, 14 and 15 for DeAndre, 8 and 15 for Jeremy Grant. For the Magic, 23 points for Franz Wagner. He continues to play great basketball. Also, 14 and 7 for Paulo Banchero, 17 for Franz's brother Mo Wagner with 17 points, and Cole Anthony with 18 points. I'm gonna say it. The Magic might have one of the best benches in the NBA. They weren't as elite as they were in their first game against the Rockets, but tonight they put up a total of 38 points off the bench. Anthony with 18, Wagner with 17. If this Magic team can stay healthy, they're a threat. But yeah, that's it for today's game. I'm gonna give out some awards. Best player, I already went over that. That's definitely the. I think that definitely has to go to Luka Doncic. I thought he was great in his game today with 49, 10, and 7. And then for team of the day, this is very hard for me. I'm gonna go with team of the day. I'm gonna go with the Warriors. They had a rough game in their first game of the season, losing to the Suns. Stephen Curry has an amazing performance with 41 points. The rest of their team looks pretty solid. They're also won on the road, which is a very big struggle for them last year. And they get the win against the Kings club, which was very hungry to beat them after what happened in last year's postseason. So I think it was a very good win for the Golden State Warriors. So team of the day, I think, goes to the Golden State Warriors. I think player of the day goes to Luka Doncic. But yeah, those are your thoughts, and that's the video. If you guys enjoyed, peace out.